America is intervening in other countries' affairs on a daily basis. Are they our values? America is helping to keep the global south poor by its financial imperialism. Are they our values? America supports, and so does the EU, the apartheid state of Israel in their treatment of the Palestinians. Are they our values? The UAE and Saudi Arabia have been engaged in a war that resembles genocide in Yemen with support of the US, UK, France and other European countries. Are they our values? What are our values? I think it's a nonsense to talk about our values when in actual fact all countries work in their own interest. And this idea of oh, we have these values and we have that values and this is a like-minded partner, to me that's mostly, I would call it spin. For me, America has been at war for all but 25 years of its existence. America was built on the genocide of the native people of America, then on slavery and on colonialism. That's what America is built on. Are they our European values? Is this what we want from like-minded partners? And the manner in which America has followed its business interests and the manner in which it does it, I don't think they're values that we should have. Imperialist nature of American foreign policy has not been good for the people of the world. It is not good for peace, and we need a different approach to how we do things in the world. We feel international law has been eroded. The UN Charter is not being respected like it should be. The US and the Europeans, sadly, talk about rules-based international order, but they very rarely talk about the UN Charter anymore because they break the UN Charter on a daily basis. They're using their economic influence to impose sanctions on other countries and devastate the lives of millions. What America, and with the EU support a lot of the time, is doing with their use of sanctions is illegal. Sanctions are illegal unless they are established and signed off on by the UN. And very few sanctions in the world today have been agreed by the UN. So sanctions are illegal and they have become a form of warfare, and a very effective form of warfare. Poor people have died in Venezuela, Nicaragua, Iran, Syria because of sanctions. America has sanctions today on something like 38 countries. They use them as a form of financial imperialism. And if you're telling me that these are the values that Europe shares, that I disagree. You talk about, oh, we have the same form of government. Listen, in America, you have to be a billionaire to become president. It costs $2 billion to become the president of America. Noam Chomsky said a long time ago, you have only one party in America. It's called the Business Party. And he says there's two factions. One of them is called Democratic, and the other's Democrats, and the other's called Republicans. He says, and they're pretty similar. Is that democracy? I actually have a different idea about democracy. I think a democracy is where the people have a say in how their society is organised. I actually don't see much of that in Europe either. We have elections every 5 years, but is that democracy? If you don't have local government, if there isn't a framework in place where the people have a say in how their society is organised, how their country is organised, how their local community is organised, if you don't have that, I don't think you can say you have what's called real democracy. And having a vote every 5 years isn't necessarily democracy. In Ireland, our state is 102 years old since we got our independence from the British. For those 102 years, we've had a right-wing government every day. Now you might say, are the Irish people so right-wing that they keep putting in right-wing governments all the time? Well, first of all, a third of the people don't vote, and most of them are poor. Secondly, the mainstream media and big business they go to great lengths to make sure that the right-wing parties get back into power all the time. Is that democracy?